Taxi fares are set to get more expensive in Taipei, New Taipei, and Keelung starting April next year. The base fare will go up to 85 NT from the current 70 NT.
In addition, the taximeter will add 5 NT for every 60 seconds that the vehicle is stationary instead of every 80 seconds. Cabbies say the rise is reasonable but are wary that it may drive off potential riders after the new fare system is implemented.
A line of taxis ready to take passengers. Back in March, a taxi drivers union asked the Taipei City Government to bump up taxi fares, citing rising inflation. Now a decision has been made. Starting April next year, taxi fares in Taipei, New Taipei, and Keelung will start at 85 NT, up from the current 70 NT. When stationary, the taximeter will add 5 NT every 60 seconds instead of every 80. That's separate from the 30 NT holiday surcharge for the Lunar New Year from January 17th to January 29th.
Of course I care. It's a huge hike. It reflects rising prices, so it was to be expected.
The public is divided on the fares. Originally, the union had proposed that the base fare start at 100 NT, with 50 NT surcharges during typhoons, torrential rain, and national holidays.
In addition to the considerations over the operating costs for taxis, we also considered the degree of acceptance from the public. If in the future, Taipei, New Taipei, and Keelung don't all make a unanimous decision on canceling work and classes, that could give rise to disputes.
Taxi drivers had hoped business would return with the lifting of COVID restrictions, but now they say the rise could cause them to lose passengers once it comes into effect next year.
Whenever the rates go up, the number of passengers drops for a while, but eventually they return. The fares have stayed the same for 7 or 8 years. If you were to adjust the rates every 2 years, they would have already reached this point anyway. We didn't want to raise the rates because it was a hard time for everyone.
Currently, ride-hailing services such as Uber base their fares on the distance traveled and local demand. Meanwhile, Yoshi charges 70 NT for the first 1.25 kilometers, with 5 NT per 200 meters thereafter. Drivers for these platforms say they hope their fares will also go up next year.
Fuel prices are higher and costs are higher. Of course I wish they would update our fares too.
Will the rate hike help drivers earn a living, or will it drive off potential passengers? It remains to be seen.